Hello, everyone, and welcome to Griplock Foundation Disc Golf's weekly podcast. I'm Hunter, joined as always by Trevor, and this is actually a pretty eventful week considering it's the off season.
Listen, the off season's
always eventful.
As the sport grows, more things are going to happen in the off season, which is great.
I love the off
It's
season.
exciting stuff. I like this. The stuff that happens in the off season is actually a lot of the more interesting stuff.
Well, we just got disc golf tournaments.
More interesting news lines.
Yeah, well, this isn't really a big news line. It's just something we forgot that was going to happen, and now it's happening.
I knew
I forgot about it completely.
I knew about it.
Until I saw it on Twitter. The Disc Golf Pro Tour launches their voting for the off-season awards, so fan and media votes will contribute to awarding of All-Stars and the inaugural Disc Golf Player of the Year, the Ken Climo MPO Player of the Year, and the Elaine King FPO Player of the Year.
I like naming awards after things. They should also start naming like trophies, certain names. Like it doesn't have to be after somebody, but like
the Ken Climo's name should be on the World's Trophy.
Disagree.
Debate. Go.
I don't know. It doesn't matter. You don't even have to name it like after a player. Like they there's like obviously the green jacket is like but that's like
that's after the Green Lantern.
But there's like there's like if you win the British Open in golf, it's like the Claret Jug or something. Like they just have cool names for trophies, and then when you win it, it feels a little more like the Lombardi Trophy. That one's named after something. Like it just adds prestige.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's cool.
No, I agree.
Let's name more things. Good job, Pro Tour. Name the things. I forgot that they were doing they have like the better system this year for the voting, where they're like the fan vote is like a percentage.
Yeah, I don't know.
What they're weighing.
I don't know, and it's not in this article as to like how much the fan vote weighs.
I have not been able to find that. Okay, Pro Tour. It is so hard to find old articles that you release, and I remember that there was a article explaining it all, and I want to say the fan vote was like 25% weighed in the Player of the Year thing. The All-Star thing, there's literally just fan vote spots. And I think it all comes down to
the Pro Tour put out, it was early in the year, they put out this like long
ago
thing about, but it wasn't titled what you would expect.
No.
It was like,
I want to say it was right after the All-Star weekend.
It was. Because they like announced next year's All-Star weekend.
I've looked for this thing.
I'm going to find it.
Okay. It doesn't exist.
It exists. I know it exists. It's just, I found it before. Oh my gosh.
It's lost in the Matrix now. Not going to find it.
I'm going to find it. Well, no, because if you go far enough, like, there's a, it's just, I remember it being titled something that I was like, no wonder I could never find it. I just like started clicking on everything.
I think that was in.
Okay, where is the All-Star?
I think it was in an article about All-Star changes for the next year.
DGPT update. No, it should be in 2021, right? I'm in 2020.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
It is tough to figure it out. Okay. All-Star Weekend, round 1. All-Star Weekend information and preview. And that's not going to have it.
It would be after it.
Yeah, I know, but now we're already to Waco.
Yeah, I told you it doesn't exist anymore.
Maybe is it Ultiworld did it? Okay, It doesn't matter.
It's a Pro Tour article.
I know, but
yeah,
this is very irritating.
And they always link to it from their Instagram too.
But you can't go that far back.
You can't
because now it's not there anymore.
Yeah.
Articles maybe it's not under news. No, these are all from 2020. They haven't written an article.
I tried to warn you.
Let's go to announcements. Announcements, they just go to prize picks.
I tried to warn you.
Dang it, dude. That's very irritating because I wanted to see.
It is.
Anyway, so it's going to play into a percentage.
Your vote does matter for the.
It matters in somewhat how much.
Player of the Year.
I don't know.
It could I mean, if it's neck and neck, think about it this way: if every other category they have is a neck and neck, which
this year seems
like it's going to be pretty darn close.
But it's the Pro Tour Player of the Year, which is going to weigh slightly more towards Eagle's favor.
Over Rick.
Well, Rick has the points. Eagle has more wins because Ricky's Elite Series wins that we were factoring in include the National Tour.
Right, but they'll be close enough.
They'll be close.
The vote, the people's vote could be the deciding factor.
Yes,
absolutely.
Jeff Springs quoted in the article saying, "After the excitement surrounding the inaugural Disc Golf Pro Tour All-Star in 2020, we wanted to take another step forward in establishing important off-season awards for competitors of the Disc Golf Pro Tour. The team pulled together a great slate of awards that are earned through the endorsement of a variety of sources. The fans, the media surrounding the Disc Golf Pro Tour, and the players' own point standing and results. They all play a role in determining these winners."
I think the media, there's media members that have even a separate vote.
Yeah, they do. They have said that. So I think the media, I think it's the official Pro Tour media. Yeah. So I'd imagine the Jomez, Gatekeeper, Disc Golf Network media, the hosts of the podcast on the Disc Golf Network, all that stuff, have a separate vote. And then the fans have the vote. and then the actual like point standings and results and stuff like that.
Cast my vote for Emerson Keith.
If you visit the link, I believe it's on Twitter. You can find it. You basically can vote Player of the Year for MPO, FPO, and then you write in your most improved Player of the Year.
Ooh.
Which I voted yesterday, but I want to hear your most improved MPO and FPO player.
Most improved.
It's a tough category.
Oh my gosh. Well, it's Hammers is probably in talk.
That's a good one. I didn't vote him. I should have.
Hammers is probably in the talk for that one. Because like I would say like, because like Rookie of the Year is a separate thing. Because like Gannon is Rookie of the Year for sure.
See, I went Gannon on most improved because I feel like he played in cash in an MPO event the year before. I could be wrong.
He was in the voting for Rookie.
Oh, he's
in
in the PDJ Rookie of the Year. Oh, never mind then.
What are you talking
For some
about?
reason, I thought that he was already a pro.
No.
I had played a pro tour the year before, so I didn't think it was his rookie season. So I went Gannon most improved, but I think Adam Hammons is actually a better pick now that I'm thinking through it more. I filled this out in like 2 seconds.
I think it's probably Hammons for MPO. For FPO, it's Konner Panas.
I went Missy Gannon.
Missy is also a good one. Kona just honestly really impressed me this season, but Missy, yeah, that works too. There's a lot. I think FPO has a lot
more
of
than
good
MPO,
candidates.
yeah.
MPO, it's kind of tougher.
Yeah, I can't believe I went Gannon Burr,
Yeah,
not even realizing. I like for some reason like
small
the
J
thought
journalism
right
right there.
crossed my mind. Well, I was voting. I wasn't writing it for me to say on.
You heard it
Griplock.
here first. Hunter does not think about his votes.
I was just scrolling down, and then I was like, "Oh, most improved." Didn't expect that to be on the thing, and then I like hit MPO, and I was like, "Who improved this year?" I was like, "Gannon had a really good year compared to last year," and I typed
he
it.
did improve.
Yeah,
but he also
he was the
gonna be
rookie, so he should be a different.
Yeah, it's a different.
He
category.
shouldn't fit into that category. Yeah. I just for some reason didn't think it was a rookie year.
So
speaking of rookies, we had the NADGT finals. If you don't know what that is, it's basically the Next Gen Tour has been rebranded.
I know now because Jump has filmed it.
Yeah, and the Disc Golf Network went live with it.
Yeah.
The National Amateur Disc Golf Tour, the finals, which I thought was interesting. I don't know if it's been true in year past. It probably has. I just haven't noticed it until this year because the prize money was way better. But they took like AMs, and when they show up to NADGT finals, like MA1 and FA1, it seemed like, is now MPO and FPO at the finals. So a lot of players declined cash. But for instance, Micah Groff took it down and took home $10,000.
So he decline it?
No, he took it.
That's bold.
Yeah, no. Can you imagine? Because they said if you decline cash, you're going to get 75% of that value in merchandise, to the NADGT. No, they're going to give you a gift card to the NADGT shop.
There isn't enough.
So
stuff in
imagine if Micah Groff would be like, "Yeah, I'd decline," and they give him a $7,500 gift card.
Their store.
He buys the tour.
I wonder what the number is for let's say you're a rookie. It's probably pretty low, but let's say you're a AM player and the next year you really is your shot to win AM Worlds.
Yeah.
And you really think you can win it. You're gonna be the favorite, and you win an event in MPO towards the end of your season. I wonder how high the cash value would have to be for certain players.
I think it depends on the player. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just because for me
$10,000.
You can't turn that down.
I'm never turned frick AM Worlds.
Yeah.
Plus there's the AM Worlds curse that you don't want on you.
Yeah.
Players that win AM Worlds never end up being.
AM Worlds just isn't a big enough deal, I guess. I got I got AM Worlds players just staring at me right now. But I don't know. It's not okay. Let's put it this way: it's not a big deal as a disc golfer to win it. It's a huge deal.
It's a huge deal when you win.
It's not a big deal in the National Disc Golf Spotlight.
It still is.
Not
when
really.
When you initially win, it is.
Who won this year?
Great point.
Exactly.
But what I'm saying is it's not an ongoing storyline.
Right. It's when it happens, you're hey, congratulations.
It's not you're going to be always known. I think Yuli won.
The only time
you're not always going to be known as the AM World Champion of blah blah blah. He would have World Champion.
It's one of those stats they bring up. It's in pro sports on TV when they'll talk bring up a high school picture of Mike Trout and be talk about his high school season. It's just a fun little fact. That's what the AM World title is on coverage. They'll be oh, and by the way, here's a little throwback to AM Worlds in 2012 when whoever they'll do stuff like that.
Yeah,
it's a little fun fact. And it's a cool accolade and at your local course you're the man, you're the AM World champ. But it's not. Once you're on tour, if that's your goal, it's not really going to carry a lot of weight.
Yeah, exactly. So it's, I guess in that
I would like to win
case,
one.
I would
Let me
rather
be clear on that. I would like to win one.
Would you rather win that, or would you rather win $10,000?
Worlds or $10,000? $10,000.
That's what I'm saying. So like, what I'm saying is, let's play the game. Where is your cash line that you're right now? You're turning down cash.
Well, okay,
you have a guaranteed win at AM Worlds.
Okay,
a guaranteed win.
Guaranteed AM Worlds.
So it's even
next season.
We'll just say you're the favorite because you can't actually guarantee the win.
No, the guarantee is the only way that's going to make this even sensible.
Okay, sensible for you
Because
you have a guaranteed.
If it's not
win,
guaranteed, then there's very low.
You have a guaranteed win the next year.
Yeah.
What's the cash line that you're like? Yeah, I'm taking cash and not going to AM Worlds.
Let's say after tax. Like let's
just say the tax doesn't exist in this fantasy world.
Okay, no tax, tax free.
Yeah.
How much money do I need to take? Even if I could be, that's tough.
It's your current life situation.
Yeah,
too.
I was gonna say that's tough because, like, being able to walk around the office as the AM World Champion and like the electricity that would generate. Like, imagine like getting coverage of that. Like, people would be dying because like I'm a meme on the internet. I literally miss 10-foot putts all the time. So it's tough when you factor in the fact that like people would be losing their minds because like, how is this guy winning AM Worlds right now? It would be electric. That makes it more expensive. Because if it was just like I wasn't working for a disc golf company right now, it would be a lot cheaper. But because of the fact that would make it like something I could hold above everybody's head, I would say the price would be closer to like $4,000 or $5,000.
Okay. What about you, Konner? You're guaranteed AM World Champion. How much money are you gonna have to win an MPO?
It's got to be enough that like
accept it?
It's got to be like a good car down payment type thing.
Well, but see, for Konner though, he's not a meme on the internet, so it's a little bit different.
But it would still be electric.
Like,
but it would be even funnier though.
It would
if you guys, as editor, was
it would still be electric.
That's true. That is even funnier.
Because if it wasn't for like if I wasn't working in disc golf, I'd probably take $1,000 or less.
My head was
I feel the same
My head was
way.
at $2,000.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
I think if I hadn't already cashed and I was an AM and I like knew I'm winning the AM Worlds next year, but I won a tournament, gave me 2 Gs.
I think I'd stand at that same point, probably like 2,000. Yeah, my wife would be upset if I didn't take 1,000.
Selfish. I'd be murdered. Like especially like. Oh my.
Well, I think part of it that would play in is also when I accepted that cash.
Like, what do you mean?
Because like if I was guaranteed to be an AM World Champion, then I have a solid shot in this fantasy world we're in of being the Rookie of the Year.
Okay, no.
So if it's prior, just hear me out. So if it's prior to AM Worlds happening that year, it's going to have to be higher for me. Versus if it's like we're talking an event's happening right now to where I could start building my points for Rookie of the Year, then it's going to be lower. If that makes sense. Regardless,
yes, very wise.
Because like Micah Groth has now started his Rookie of the Year candidacy for next year.
How old is Micah Groth?
I don't know.
Are we going to play that game?
We're going to play the game, but first I want to just go over the results. Micah Groth took it down. Brent Hanu takes second. Joseph Anderson takes third.
Remember
and then
the name.
On the FPO side, we have Aria Castruda, I believe. I hate when I don't know how to pronounce a name.
Okay. Somebody correct us.
Britt Sawyer came in second, and Lydia Lyons came in third.
That's a name. Lydia Lyons? Have I heard that name?
Could have swore she was already an FPO player.
Yeah, I feel like
I'm
I've
wondering
heard
if she's
that
been
name.
playing FPO and then just declining cash.
Yeah.
Let's actually look that up really quick.
I could have sworn I've heard that name. Maybe it's just super catchy.
That we're going to play, and we're going to start playing this just randomly as players pop off and do different cool things, is Konner Predicts. It's a new segment.
It's going to be like the crystal ball.
Basically, Trevor and I spend a lot more time like looking at players, like nitty gritty.
Just deep diving into
Just deep diving. That's why we're sitting in these seats right here.
Yeah.
No, but we do spend more time
sabermetrics
looking at like intricate parts of disc golf than Konner does. Konner knows disc golf, but more of a broader spectrum.
Konner is looking to see if they pass the eye test.
What we're gonna do. What we're gonna do is whenever someone has like a pop off moment, we're gonna ask Konner. So in this case, Micah Groth, is he a future world champion? The rules on this is all you're allowed to look at is his Instagram, and you can't watch a video of him throw on his Instagram. You only can just scroll through and look at the pictures on his Instagram, and you just have to your gut feeling. Once you know he just won the NADGT. Is Micah Groth a future world champion with purely on opinion?
I love this game. What's his name?
Oh my
Micah Groth.
gosh. He's so young.
Yeah, he's very young.
How do you spell it?
It's Groff, TH at the end.
How did it sound like I was saying it?
Groff.
Oh, with 2 Fs.
I found him. First of all, I'll follow him.
Oh, you already.
Okay, now here's something that's confusing.
He looks very athletic. I will say he looks athletic. He's young.
He's got cool hair. I feel like there's going to be some kind of convincing factor here that really sides Konner with him. Do you guys see what?
I'm not looking at the Instagram.
Hold on, I haven't scrolled yet.
Can you tell me what do you think Konner's going to like about this guy?
Oh no,
he's a redhead.
Yeah, that's what I was, yeah.
Oh well, then that's easy then.
Has there? Wait a minute. Has there ever been a redhead world champion?
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
Well,
what's the verdict?
So it's either is he a future world champion or not.
That's it. That's what you're predicting. Not is he going to have a successful career? None of that. Just is he a world champ?
Yeah.
Is he a world champ?
There's a different kind of, because remember, like all those good players.
Look in his
now,
eyes. Look in his eyes.
Think about all the players that are so good right now that aren't world
What
champs.
are his eyes
Eagle
telling
McMahon is not a world champ. Just remember that.
I know that's the hard part.
He's got to be better.
That's the hard part. All right, I'm gonna look into your eyes, Micah.
Does he have it? Does he have what it takes?
Is it there?
He's got it.
He's got it. Oh my gosh! Here you go.
Congratulations,
Konner.
Micah Groth.
Bonus
you
points
are
if you guess
be
the year.
Oh.
Ooh. When do I get the bonus points?
When he wins.
Yeah, when it happens.
You know what are the odds?
How old
on
is
this?
he?
Hold up. Before you guess, what are the odds? What are we willing to put on the line?
If
Konner predicts the year that Micah Groth wins a world championship and it comes true,
we will buy him a car.
Okay.
What
deal?
How old is he?
He looks like 16.
He's like 16. And he can't be older than 17.
I'm saying that he's gonna win a world. He's gonna win worlds whenever he is 24 years old.
I need a calendar year in case we don't have his right year.
What year is it? 2021.
Mm-hmm.
Then 2025.
That math was not even close.
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking he's not 20.
No, he's 16 or 17.
16 or 17.
That's our guess.
So like 2029.
He might not be.
Okay,
He might not be. He could be 25.
2029.
2029. All right, here you go.
You give him 8
We're
years to
locking
win a
this in
world
right
title.
now.
Mm-hmm.
If Micah Groth wins the world championship in 2029, not if he wins one before or anything else.
Yeah.
In 2029, if he wins a world
We will
championship, we will
Konner
buy you a car.
A car.
I don't know what car. It'll be a car that you can actually drive.
Yeah.
We'll go there.
Yeah.
It won't be a little battery car.
There's a lot of cars that I like that are super cheap.
Hey,
we
2029,
didn't say you're
might,
gonna like it.
2029, we might be able to buy you a G-Wagon. Who knows? 2029.
Shoot for the stars.
If Micah Groth wins. If he loses, though, you buy us a car.
Oh,
No, there you have it. So that's now the new foundation bet that's on the line. Konner might be owed a car. Micah, it's all up to you.
I can't believe the very first guy he saw, he saw it.
He saw it.
I can
It's
see it
in his eyes.
I can see those ginger eyes.
So here's a question. Lydia Lyons has cashed 4 times this year at the Preserve, Hotlanta.
And she's declined it.
No, she's cashed. It doesn't show up if it doesn't show up if you decline.
How did she do that? Is there like a cutoff for when you can still play AM Worlds?
No, this isn't AM Worlds. This is NADGT.
Oh, right, because I guess it is.
But
How
like,
is she
I guess
playing in the previous events? I thought you said they were AM.
she played it. They are the events are all AM. She played in one advanced women. And I guess that qualified her back in May, and then she cashed
played.
in July. So I guess like once you're qualified, you can cash all you want.
Okay.
Because then you're going to be playing in the MPO and FPO at the finals.
So you could like sandbag, but it didn't work. She didn't win.
That's just interesting. No, she came in third.
Ha.
The other thing that got brought up with this, and you actually might have saw my tweet about this.
Oh yeah, we
poll.
all saw your tweet.
But this is what kind of sparked the poll. So the entry fee for this event was $200.
Yes.
The players pack was promised to players to be $350 to $400 value.
Yeah.
And then players ended up getting, from what I saw, if I just had to roughly estimate, this includes there being shipped a bag that is valued at $100. So including that bag into my calculation, the pictures that I was seeing, the players pack can't be worth more than like $250.
Yeah, it's pushing it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you can't. I was looking at it. I can't find value more than $250.
And they were saying it was worth what?
$350 to $400. And so this sparked a whole lot of debates because people were posting pictures and being like, what the heck? They were ticked off. I think issue number one is that the NADGT promoted the value of the players pack instead of the actual items. Because if you pay $200 and you're like, hey, you're going to get a bag, 3 discs, a disc dot, this can of Zanfell, a $20 gift certificate, and you know that coming in, that when you get those exact things, no one's upset. Even if it's not a $200
I just realized
value.
I think we're forgetting that Zanfell costs like $70.
That's I included it in
so sneaky.
in my price marketing. I put that at 50.
Okay.
When I said 250-ish.
That's sneaky.
I put that at 50. I did see the NADGT put out like a post that was kind of an interesting way of how they worded it. Let me find it again. I saw it on Facebook.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, here you go. Player pack announcement. Dear competitors, due to some of the feedback we received about the players packs, there's a chance that something could be missing from your box due to human error. We'll be posting exact player pack value per division for each product included within your package. We will post this information as soon as possible. Thank you to everyone who competed in our event. We appreciate your patience.
That sounds like a save face operation. Oh, we forgot that digital gift card or something.
Well, what's interesting, I'm pretty sure gift cards can't be used as added value in the PDGA. I could be wrong there. But
that doesn't make any sense.
But basically, this started an initial, like, everyone was going back and forth of like, this is ridiculous. I think the bigger outrage was that it was promised to be like up to a $400, like $350, $400 value.
The players
and then
pack itself isn't pathetic by any
because
means.
the value could easily be estimated to be worth $200 for people to pay to enter the event.
Right.
That doesn't even include the free food and stuff that they might be including as part of the player pack.
Yeah.
But the bigger issue I saw is players were then coming after the NADGT / Feldberg, who runs it, for making money. They were being like, well, what the heck? Like, where's the rest of that money going then? Is Feldberg just pocketing it? Is the NADGT just pocketing it? And I'm like, well, yeah. I mean, they put on a tour all year long and then ran a finals for you to play in. Like, yeah, they made money off you.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Disc golfers can be kind of stingy sometimes, and like this whole players pack thing was pretty shocking to me to see. Like, people were basically like, yeah, you can't running a tournament is it's no joke. It takes somebody has to do it. If you want to play these fun tournaments, somebody has to run it, and it takes time and effort. And like, you deserve to be compensated for that, because guess what? Tournament directors already get dragged through the mud for any little thing that happens that's outside of their control half the time. Like, they get no recognition half the time either. Like, it's not really an easy job, and like
a lot of times it's a thankless job.
Yeah, and there are a lot of disc golfers who are good people and like really like show appreciation to tournament directors. Like, whenever we run things, there's so many people that come up to us and thank us. Not saying that everybody's like that. I'm just saying there are plenty of people who don't even think twice about like what a tournament director puts into an event. If they're pocketing some money to like be paid for their time and effort, that is completely fine.
It shouldn't even be called pocketing some money, because that sounds sketchy.
Collecting their pay.
If they're profiting off the event, that's a good thing for the future of the sport.
As long as the key is as long as they are outlining exactly what you're getting and what it's worth, and they're not like the problem
and
with
as long as they provide a good experience.
Right. The problem with this was they allegedly basically promised a value that
this one felt like a
you're not
scam
getting
to players, because they promised $350 and gave $200.
If you knew exactly what you're getting and you were like willing to pay that amount, then whatever the tournament director is making, that's not a problem, because you already knew what was going to be like given to you.
Yeah.
But like, tell them about the poll.
Well,
because
so
this is
poll
the really
I put out, because this is
thing.
what I was reading through. This popped off on Reddit, this whole player pack thing. So I was reading through a lot of the comments, and I was kind of surprised at how many people. I knew that people were like existed who were talking about players packs need to be extra. I'm not even showing up. I was surprised at how many people. So I was like, let's just poll my Twitter audience and just see what they think. So I just put out, what are your thoughts on how much players packs should be valued for AMs? And the 3 options were greater than entry fee, equal to entry fee, or less than entry fee. Over 75% of people said they should be equal to or greater than the entry fee. Only 23%. So then I took that. That was with over 1,000 votes. Took that, quote tweeted it, and I said, follow up for the equal or greater answers. How much do you value the experience of the event when registering, and should that be factored in at all?
What are people saying to that?
Some people were saying experience is huge. If I really enjoy the course, good card, fun layout, then I'm going to have a good time regardless of the players pack. Something small and unique is always cool, but it doesn't have to be elaborate and more than what I paid.
Yeah.
People were saying like experience is definitely huge. But
yes, this is the crazy part about this. If you're saying that the players pack needs to be equal to the value of what you pay to get in, then why are you even like at that point just go buy something from the store? If you're just trying
That's
to get,
what I said on debate night. I was like, if you're gonna pay a $200 event and you want it to be equal or greater, then just pay $200 on your favorite online store and go play your favorite course.
Yeah, like,
and there you go.
Like there's your
experience.
The whole point of the players pack is like, hey, here's some stuff, but like the most of what you're paying for, you don't pay for an event thinking, ooh, the players pack is sick. Like you're paying for an event.
That could be a draw to get people
that's a draw, but like the reason you're paying is because you're playing the event. Like
that's like you're paying
when
like
you go to a sporting event, for example. Like I'm not paying to go watch like an Baltimore Orioles game. I don't know if I'd ever pay to go watch a Baltimore Orioles game right now, but I'm not gonna pay and then expect to be handed my money's worth of merch.
Take it to take it to playing, right?
Yeah.
I used to play AAU basketball.
Yeah.
We would pay, it was like $40-$50 sometimes each player to play in these tournaments.
Oh, and club fee. Yeah, like if you play club sports,
all we did was if we won, we got a trophy.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah, you're paying to have the opportunity to
play.
Like that's the whole idea.
We're running a 5K on the turkey trot.
Yeah, we
paid like $36 and we get a t-shirt that's probably worth 10, 15.
Yeah.
And then we're going to get a medal that's worth like $5.
But you know what we're really paying for it? Like
running.
Them like tracking our time.
Shutting down the road.
Yeah, like running the event. Like that's the whole idea. Disc golf, and that's like been a shift of late because players packs, when I first got into disc golf, players packs were almost always very small. Like you were getting, if you got more than just a disc as an AM, like that was like a huge thing. And that's still the case at a lot of C tiers, but like players packs has become like this monster. And like the problem is now the standard gets so high because there are certain events that have really good players packs. And then it's just expected at every event, even if they don't have a ton of added cash or sponsors that are buying the players packs. Like it's just become this weird thing. And I think like the focus is completely wrong there. Like you shouldn't be like
Well, part of it is the
weird.
PDGA tiered requirements require AM value to be X amount.
Yeah.
So like a B tier, you have to have like 110%. Let's just say that's not the exact number. I think it's a little lower. A tier, it's got to be like 150% value to the AM. That's not in the players pack. That's the total value.
Right.
But the purse is factored into that.
Yeah.
So realistically, the AM side is where tournament directors make money because basically the pro side, 100% comes in. Usually more than 100% goes out. Added cash comes in. The AM side, let's say you paid $30. I spend $15 on a players pack for you that is valued at $25, right? And then payout, so that leaves me with $15. I put 10 of that per player to payout that is worth $18, let's say, or $20. And so now your value is at $45, but I'm able to profit $5 ahead.
Yeah.
So if I can get 100 AM players out, I can make $500 that day.
Yeah.
That makes it start to be worth it. Are we talking crazy numbers? No, that's not making anyone who's a tournament director for a race to start being like, hey, maybe I should run disc golf events. Yeah. But it's enough that you're going to keep the current tournament directors happy. But what I'm wondering is, I think that this is like you said, when I started playing in 2015. Players packs, you were kind of okay with just getting a disc. If you showed up and you got a player pack, it was like cool.
And I think
as disc golf like tournaments were trying to grow, and it was like we gotta fill this tournament.
Yeah.
Then tournament directors kind of screwed ourselves because we started getting players packs bigger and bigger. But then the people wanted payout to be bigger and bigger, so you start increasing both, and then your profit margins per player become razor thin.
Yeah.
To where we've almost like screwed ourselves because now how are you ever going to go back?
Well, it's weird too because like it kind of depends on the type of player you are too. I think because
if you're showing up just for fun, then
players
packs can be more
it's
important.
when I show up to play in a disc golf tournament or I know it's the same way. The last thing I'm thinking about is what players pack I'm picking up. No. If I was playing AM, for example, like if I didn't get a players pack, I could care less. Like I'm thinking about trying to compete and win my division. Like that's all I'm worried about. But there are a lot of players who like the first thing on their mind is like, what do I get for the players pack? And it's like
I've seen many people post like, oh, I'm not playing that event because the players pack's only
right
X, Y, or Z. It's only two discs.
That's just a foreign concept to me because I'm just a competitive person. And like I get that like. It's weird to me. It's one thing let's say if you're like a collector and you're really interested in getting like a tournament stamped disc and that's what's like drawing you. That's
maybe, not a collector's not being drawn to a B tier for a tournament.
Yeah, it's so because like if like you're drawn to a player's pack because it's just like stock discs or stock like stuff that you could just buy anyways. That is just so odd to me.
That's what I was explaining to Brody last night. That like I was talking to like some local pro people who were like doing really good in AM, and they were like, should I go pro or not? And I was like, well, what's your motivation? Like if it's just for competition, yeah, go pro because it's gonna be better competition. But some of them were like, no, I just thought it'd be cool to make some money, like make some extra cash with these tournaments I'm playing. I was like, if you want to make extra cash, just flip all your AM stuff.
Yeah.
Because if you're winning week in and week out MA1, chances are you're probably going to do better flipping your players pack and your payout than if you went and tried to become a pro. Because like on the local scene, you might not be winning local pro events, so you might be talking $100 profit some weekends, whereas on the AM side, you can flip your players
to get in.
You're paying less. You can flip your players pack to already be break even or make more money than you paid, and then your whole payout you can flip to just pure profit.
I mean, I forget. I did the math this past weekend or 2 weekends ago. We were running a pretty big. We were helping do payout for a pretty big AM event AM and pro event, but it's just like a local event in the area called All Heiser's Eve. And I forget what the math I did, but I was like watching some of the winners of AND divisions like pick out their payouts basically, and I was thinking to myself, and I kind of like was comparing it to where you'd have to finish in MPO to like get comparable value, and I was like, man, yeah, winning advanced is kind of where it's at. Like,
yeah,
there's not a lot of motivation to move up unless you think like you can compete for like a win or be on that lead card.
Yeah, exactly. It's an interesting thing that I think the PDGA needs to address with the percentage requirement. The tough part is like if the PDGA lowers the percentage requirement, you're gonna have some people who just screw over players. They're just crappy TDs who like the event sucks, the player pack sucks, payout sucks. Everyone has it all the time. But I think back in the day that meant now we can't have any events in this area that aren't gonna suck. Nowadays there's enough demand and enough TDs that I think we're starting to get to where the crappy TDs either have to get their stuff together or they're going to get pushed to the side.
Yeah, that's true.
Because better TDs are going to keep showing up and running better events. So you're not going to have where like the only tournament I can play at, we'll pick a local course, Sandusky. The only tournament I can play at Sandusky is ran by that crappy Hunter Thomas.
Yeah,
it's like, well, no, now I have like 3 other TDs that are like, well, at least, I'm going to skip Hunter's event, but at least I can go with Justin's event that's there. Right. Because I know he's going to put on a better event where now it's competition. Competition will drive things forward, but I do think the PDGA needs to start looking at possibly removing some of the handcuffs requirement-wise to allow people to actually run events that have, or maybe you just start putting some of the value as like $5 per player. It goes to the course, and that's part of your value. It's like $5 upkeeping the course, or $5 goes to the TD, and that's part of your player pack value. Is the TD running the event? And that's $5. I don't know how all that works.
I was definitely shocked. Yeah, I was just shocked to like see.
I was surprised to see 75% or more said it should be equal or higher.
And maybe it was kind of just like a lot of people just like kind of a reactionary, like just like, oh, this makes sense, and they didn't really like think about like paying for the experience of the event. But I don't know what people think about players packs. Maybe they're going to let us hear it in the comments. Like, we want our free stuff. And
probably.
Okay.
I would love to hear the other side of why you think a tournament should always have equal or greater value player pack to entry fee. Don't factor in payout, just entry fee player pack. Because like if it's greater, then the payout's kind of going to suck at that event. That's just how it's got to be. Let's jump back into a segment that we introduced, I believe it was last week. Disc Golf Storytime.
Ooh, yeah.
It's a pretty fun one. This is from Josh.Brandon. I believe he submitted it through Instagram. If you have a story you'd like to be read along here, DM us over on Instagram at Foundation Disc Golf. We got a ton of entries, and as long as there's some funny or interesting ones, we're going to keep doing it because I enjoy it. All right, so from Josh.Brandon. I threw a disc that went into the woods, and I think, oh, I'll grab that. Well, there's a super...
Normal, as you do.
Yeah, there's a super huge murky puddle in there that it went right into. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to just go in for it because it was one of his favorites. It's a Lone Howl 2. Not important to the story.
What?
Lone Howl 2.
Is that a Discmania thing? Anything that sounds like some character out of like a werewolf novel, that's basically a Discmania disc.
Yeah. So he goes into the puddle. Puddle ends up being waist deep.
Oh, gosh.
Not a puddle.
And he's still in it.
And he was in there for a good 20 minutes. But he only found someone else's disc. Very disappointing.
Yeah, been there.
Yeah. Fast forward to that night, I joined a local Facebook group with no intent of finding my disc. I already had written that off. But I'm just scrolling through Facebook, and there it is. Someone posts my discs. Sweet. But the weird part is they were looking for the disc that I found. So not only did I somehow join the one group that happened to post it without even thinking I'd get my disc back, but I also found the disc of the guy that found mine.
What are the odds of that?
What's crazy to me is like he just said huge murky puddle. And then so two people decided to go into this waist deep murky puddle and they found each other's discs at different times.
I can promise you this. Yeah, no, there is not a single disc that I've ever owned in my entire life that I'm going waist deep into a murky puddle for.
I will say the only way it would happen is if I started to walk.
Yeah.
And next thing I know, I'm knee deep, and I'm like, "This is so much."
That's what it sounded like is happening. Like he walked in there,
so
and he's
much
like, "Well,
deeper
I'm
than I
committed now. I
expected.
might as
I'm
well
already
keep
committed."
going."
Yeah. That's the only way it would happen for me. If I looked at it and I know that's waist deep, I'm not going in there. I agree with you. But if I'm like waiting, if I'm like,
it's gonna get above my shoes, I'm out.
But what if it's waist deep?
If I can't see the bottom,
what
of
if
that
it's
thing,
waist
forget
deep?
about it.
But it's muddy.
What if it's waist deep and it's a VR stamp destroyer?
First off, I've never owned one. I think.
I said owned in my life.
Yeah.
I didn't. So that
Gotcha. All right. What if it's waist deep and it's that like color shift McPro Rock 3
he
thing?
doesn't own that anymore.
I think I lost it.
I'm just trying to give you a situation.
I know. Did I? Oh, I did. We
was
auctioned
auctioned.
that. I was thinking of a different disc.
So checkmate, buddy.
My favorite disc of all time that's been in my bag.
That Nova.
Not even the Nova. Honestly, I think it's a disc I lost. It was this pink MD3. It was beaten to perfection.
You were not going into
I would
that
not go in
for that.
That's the thing is I don't like super rare discs. If I put it in my bag, it's because I have a backup at home hung on my wall. Sorry. It's because I have a backup at home hung on my wall. Mm-hmm. So I don't throw. There's no disc in my bag that I'm like, if I lose that, like I would do anything to get it back.
Same.
But it has happened to me before.
I do appreciate the dedication of people that would just tromp right into like.
It has happened to me before where a disc like went in the middle of this. I believe it was at Zebulon, I think, a course in North Carolina, where there was this like it had trouble draining on this one area, and my disc went into the middle of it, and it didn't look deep.
Oh yeah.
And I started to go in, and then I took a step, and next thing I know, the water is just higher than my shoe, and I turned around and walked out. I believe. It's happened to me several times. One of them, the water had drained enough that this might have been the one I was with you. It drained enough that I walked all the way in and could grab it.
I think I was there for both of them.
The other one, I stepped in, it got above my foot, and I'm like, I can see my disc. I know it's 20 feet in front of me, but I'm not getting there. I just left it.
If I'm in a tournament, I'm less likely to get it. Yeah. But if it's like I'm just playing a round for fun and I can see it there, then yeah, I'm just gonna go get it, and I might not finish my round. I might just go get in the car and go home and shower.
But what about this situation where you can't see it there? That's what I want to know is how does this guy know that his disc is in the middle of this murky puddle?
He said large murky puddle, so at the end of the day, it's not huge. It's still a puddle.
But he spent 20 minutes in it.
Must have been buried or something.
And it was waist deep.
My thing too is
I think this guy forgot what a lake and a puddle are. This guy's standing in a pond.
Where does it become? Yeah, maybe a pond. It's like what it,
he said puddle.
I've
definitely seen large.
Think about Walnut Creek,
before.
that like the hot tub hole that we call it, like that type of body of water. Think about something like that.
But how are you spending 20 minutes in that water?
But what do we consider that? Like
I'm just saying, like if I'm waist deep, how big does it have to be for me to be 20 minutes in it?
Well, it could have just felt like 20 minutes.
Yeah,
that's true. Maybe he's just a good storyteller.
Yeah,
that's true.
I'd like to say that I think if you put me in the scenario. Like when I first started playing disc golf and I didn't have as many discs, I would be more likely to do something like that. I think I've been spoiled to now have too many discs.
That's also probably true.
I think that we should do like at the end of the off season, we choose which story was our favorite story, and that person should get some kind of something.
The best story.
The best story.
Although I don't want to encourage people. I'd say I don't want to encourage people to make up stories, but I almost do want to encourage people to make up stories.
No making up stories, but just like, tell it really
Scouts
well.
honor.
Write it really well so it's more amusing.
I was going to say well-written stories.
Well-written stories. All right, let's jump into a fan favorite segment. Trevor's Trivia.
Oh, yeah.
What do you got this week, Trevor? Last week was thrilling.
That was fun. I don't know if this one will be as fun. This one's a little more simple than the last.
How did you make that sound?
It was my teeth.
So
it hurt.
the way we're gonna do this, I'm gonna do another little competition between you two.
All right.
You're going down.
I've got 4 players here. I'm gonna name a player, and then you're each gonna give me the year in which you think they had the most wins during their career. A tier and above wins. And then whoever has the most total wins at the end is the overall winner.
All right.
So, and we'll rotate who goes first.
So can we agree on?
No.
You have to choose.
So whoever goes
we're gonna
first has to
rotate.
decide.
I didn't pick any player who is very none of these players. I was like, well, if you guess this year, it's a guarantee. Like I obviously wasn't gonna pick Paul.
So you're choosing the year?
Yes.
Okay.
So we're gonna
we both miss the year?
We'll start with Konner.
All right.
Well, no,
I like
you're not trying to pick. You don't like you can. We're just gonna add up the total wins during that year that you pick. It's yeah. You're not trying to guess. You're not like
we're trying to guess. We're
difficult.
trying to guess the year they had the most wins, but we don't lose if we don't guess it right because you're still getting all the wins.
You get all the wins
Yeah.
during the year that you guess.
Okay,
So
okay. I like this game.
The first player is Will Shoestrick.
For some reason, I knew you were gonna say Will Shoestrick.
I love him.
Dirty
Go
dog.
ahead, Konner.
Will Shoestrick. I'm gonna say. I feel like I'm gonna embarrass myself.
Probably not.
Probably not.
I know the year I would guess for this, but I don't know. I have no idea if it would be right or not.
I want to say somewhere between. I feel good about 2014.
Okay.
I'm going 2010 Shoestrick.
Okay.
I was gonna say 2012.
I would have guessed probably 2012. Yeah.
I was gonna say
12
between
scared me because Paul's first world championship was in 12, so that was like the beginning of the Paul era. So I don't know how much Paul won in 2012.
Okay.
That makes sense.
2014 results.
I don't think he won much in 2014.
Let's see.
I just couldn't decide between
I
2012.
feel like that's too late.
Is that too late? Because it's still before Paul was really winning.
That was Paul's third world
He
championship.
had-
You're right. I made a mistake.
He has in 20.
That's also when Ricky was coming into the picture in
should have said
2014.
2012.
He has
I should have said
2 wins. He won the Toronto Island Maple Leaf. presented by
Surely
Discmania.
2010 he's got more.
That was an A tier, and
he was
he
sick
won.
in
He won
2010.
USDGC as well that year.
2010
Hey, but are we giving more points
No.
for
He
you?
won in 2010 USDGC, right?
I don't know.
2010, I believe that was his first.
And then 10, 12, 14.
I think so.
Yeah.
So let's
should've
see.
guessed.
Shoestrick's won world USDGC 3 times.
Yeah, he's goated.
Put some respect
All
on that
right.
man's name.
Come on.
So
Put
Connor-
some
He's a father.
respect on his name. He's a
He's a
father.
father.
And he's
Konner has
tall.
2.
For
He's
those
a
of you that
tall
don't know,
father.
I didn't know Will Shoestrick was really tall.
He's like 6'2".
He's very tall.
He's like 6'2", 6'3".
He's just much taller than I thought he was going to be.
He's such a nice guy, too.
He is a nice guy.
He was OB last time I saw him.
He was OB. Does that
Yeah.
make him mean?
No, I was just
No, he's a nice guy then.
saying. Yeah.
Let's see here. He's got a B and C tier wins this year, Hunter.
Dang it. Was he not
Oh,
touring
heck
yet in
yeah.
2010? He had to. He qualified for USDGC. He had
He's
to do
got
something.
1 win.
Just
Yes.
USDGC?
Oh, yeah.
That was his only.
USDGC was his only big win.
Yep.
Heck yeah.
What a season.
He did win. He
What a
did win.
season.
He won a bunch of like B tier. He won.
Can you just go to 2012?
He literally
the one
won,
that we
like-
both kind of
Yeah.
on the fence
I
about.
don't
he
know
won
why
like
neither
he
of
won
us
like
said
6 B
2012.
tiers that year. But
Can you just go to 2012?
yes, I will.
For some reason, the year 2012 just is silly for neither one
He
of us. to
won
Say it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 4.
Okay.
That would have been a landslide.
All right.
Well, regardless,
2 to
no,
1.
because it would have been 2 to 4 instead of 2 to 1,
Yeah.
or 4 to.
True.
No, I would pick 2010.
Is that how we're keeping the score? It's 2
yeah,
to 1.
it's 2 to 1.
1.
Okay.
2 to 1. All
All
right.
right, we're fine.
Tough one. Next player, we have
Hunter goes
We
first
didn't
this time.
embarrass ourselves with that one.
we have
yeah.
Paul Ulibarri.
Ooh,
Now this one we're gonna embarrass ourselves
Ulibarri.
with.
Yeah, this is gonna be tough. I have no idea.
A tier or higher wins. A tiers are gonna play a big factor with Yuli. I'm going. Part of me feels like Yuli has just now come into his best form.
I feel the same way.
I don't know if that's true.
Not true.
2014 Paul Ulibarri.
I was just gonna make my decision before.
Because I'm
you
pretty
said
sure he was on
anything,
lead card
but
at
then I
Texas
didn't.
State's
What are you saying?
in 2014.
2014. Oh my gosh,
good
I want to say like. I really want to say 2016.
You like those even numbers? They sound good for Paul Ulibarri. The even numbers.
He's just an even guy.
He is an even number guy.
Well, we're staying the heck away from 2015 because no one
No.
won anything.
Yeah.
Except for Paul.
My goodness. You know what? I'll stick with it. I'll say 2016.
Okay, let's
2016.
start with Hunter. 2014.
Yeah.
I don't really remember him ever really popping off.
2014, I feel like 2014 Texas State's the lead card was like Yuli, Big Germ, Ricky, and Paul for some reason.
2014 makes sense to me, but
2014, I also feel like Yuli might have been in contention at Worlds for some reason. But he also might have 0 wins and just be in contention at everything.
it's true.
Or I might be thinking of a different year.
So
'Cause the more I talk, the
what
more I
is
think
an
it's 20.
A/B tier?
Usually it's like Pro A and B.
Okay. In that case, he has.
Click on the event to make
I
sure,
think
though.
you just got schmoozed.
Because it could be Pro B, AM A.
Which
in that case.
Pro/AM, A/B.
Heck yeah.
And.
Well, if I would have known, I'm just kidding.
If I would have known
So
that, I
he's
would have
got-
remembered the great Charleston Classic in 96.
He's got 1, 2, 3.
This is the greatest year of all time.
He's got
It's gotta
three.
be.
He's
It's
got
gotta
three.
be. There's no way I'm winning that.
2014, he has 3, so I'm at 4 now.
I need him to at least get 2 wins, maybe.
Well, yeah, if you get 2, we're tied.
Yeah.
2016. All right.
Come on. Pool.
Come on, Eileen.
Come on, pool. Different pool.
All right. He's got a ton of B tier wins this year, unfortunately. And
That's unfortunate.
okay, he's got 1.
Okay. All right. We're on the
He
right
won the
track.
Rumble.
The Rumble. I remember that. I don't.
He's got
remember
2.
that. Okay, we're good to go. Come on. Big money.
He's got 3.
Oh!
Paul!
Dang it. So you're up 1 still. All right. 5-4.
All right. Wow. Okay.
Wait,
He
no.
won
Yeah, 5-4.
This is a fun game.
This is a fun game.
Players used to just clean house on these like B and C tiers. They used to just win them all. It was amazing back then.
I like this game because neither one of us look stupid.
The next
And
player.
neither of us, one of us, know what we're talking about either.
The next player is Sarah Hokum.
Oh, gosh. Good luck.
This year? I'm just kidding. No.
No.
It's not this year. All she won was USCGC.
Konner.
It's you.
She does have a world title.
Yeah. I was trying to think of what year that was.
I know what year it was.
I think I know what year it is. But did she win the most that year?
That's also the question. Or the years following.
Do I know what year it was?
I think you do.
I don't know if I do.
2000. The year 2. I'm just kidding.
I was going to say, what?
She was not pro.
2015.
Okay.
That's a decent guess.
That's a decent guess.
I'm going 2011.
Ooh, not the year she won the world title.
Dang it,
She
what's
won
the
in
year?
2012.
2012.
And I think she lit it up in 2012 as I just clicked on it.
Dang it.
20,
I thought it was 2010, but then I started getting scared because I'm like, now we're going into the Valerie Jenkins era. And I don't know where she was at.
2015. Let's see what we got here. We've got 1. Got a lot of seconds. 1. That is it.
1.
She did not play a lot of events in 2015.
Okay, even if she gets 0, I'm not going to be down by that much.
Okay.
So it's 6-4 right now. Konner's winning.
2011.
Come on, big money.
Oh my goodness.
She shred?
She played 2 events in Open that year. That's crazy.
Oh, I just meant open women. I'm like, well, I'm screwed. Did she win both of them?
She has 1,
All right.
2,
Oh, no, calm down.
3,
No.
4.
Oh, my.
Rack it up, rack it
There's
up,
4.
rack it up.
Come on.
Come on.
All right, so you're leading by 1 now?
8-6.
Yeah, it's 8-6.
I gained 3 on you there.
Poop. That is just unfortunate.
I'm seeing.
That was a big year for Sarah Hokum.
Yeah, 1, 2.
I don't think.
3, 4.
I mean, I threw out just a random guess. There's no.
She won 6 in 2012.
All right, so I wasn't that
That
far off
was
from her
like
big
that
year.
was like the survey says jackpot.
Survey
and Family Feud right
says.
there. All right, the last one. This is going to be
Last one.
epic.
Oh boy.
Ken Climo.
Ooh,
no.
that's
A lot of
really
years to pick
difficult.
from.
No. My go?
Yeah, it's your go.
It's gonna
This is a good advantage for me to second here.
Is
I don't
it?
know.
I don't.
think anybody like you
I
have
feel-
from 87 is the first year you can pick all the way up to now.
True, because
Or 2019
he's
is the last one
always
you can pick.
dominated forever.
I'm going 2020. I'm just kidding.
Has no events in 2019.
That would be silly.
I'm going 1990.
Oh, ooh.
I mean, we're rolling the dice here. Let's go the year I was born. Never mind. Let's go the year before I was born. 96.
96.
I'm feeling 96.
Okay.
You're 22 years old? I'm just kidding.
I was born in 97. My wife just turned 25. She's old.
Dang. Okay.
I'm
Just let
24.
that.
I
Just
just-
let that hang in the air. Go ahead, Connor.
I joke with her all the time because she's 6 months older than me.
All right, so what did you guess?
So I'll be there in 6 months. I guess 96.
96.
The year Liz was born.
I'm going to go 2001.
Oh.
I like that. I would have guessed like 99 probably. All right.
Well, I guess 2001.
Okay.
I guess Climo's
96. Here we go.
Most of
Here we
Climo's
go.
worlds were in the
96.
90s, right?
We got 1, 2,
Oh, that's a lot.
3, 4. That's it.
No way.
Oh,
Well, that's there wasn't a lot of A tiers back then.
I guess that's true. What if we would have picked before the national tour started? I might have. Did I pick before the national tour started?
I think I'm trying to see if there was.
Because that would really screw me.
There was no NTs.
Yeah, I picked before the national tour started.
Educate
Great job,
yourself.
Hunter. Well done, Hunter.
2001.
Connor's about to mop the floor
Here we
with me.
go.
So I'm at 12.
2001.
I'm at 12. Connor needs 6. 6 ties, 7 wins.
Goodness.
Let's see here. We've got 1, 2,
I'm getting nervous.
3. That's it. Just 3.
That is severely depressing.
Let's
He
go.
didn't win Worlds that year either.
Let's go.
It's not the first time I've been
I
let
bet
down.
99 was his big year. I bet Trevor was
I'm
right.
curious to see what 99 was because for some
See
reason.
what 99
I
held.
want will you also check like 2005?
Yeah.
Why are you going farther forward?
He
Because-
won.
because-
You're
1,
getting into
2,
the-
3,
you're getting into
4, 5,
different
6,
eras.
7,
You're almost at the DOS era.
8, 9, 10, and 99.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh!
Yeah.
If I
I
had
knew
said
it.
99,
2005. Is that what you want?
I just want to. I'm
Is
just
that what you
curious.
want?
I'm just curious.
He got
that really what you want, Connor?
1, 2, 3, 4.
It's more than 2001.
Hunter's the winner.
Good job, Hunter.
That was interesting. That was actually a fun little trip down memory lane.
That was a good. That was a good game.
That was a really fun game.
Well done,
Good job,
Trevor.
Trevor.
Thank you. I came up with that one
There's a reason
this
why
morning.
There's a reason why it's
There's a
it's
reason
the
why
fan
Trevor's-
favorite section.
There's also a reason why it's
segment.
Trevor's. There's also a reason why it's Trevor's trivia.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's
I
go
don't
to
know what that
another.
means.
Let's go to another new segment that we brought last week.
Connor's the winner.
First
One
off,
is the winner.
Connor is the winner.
It was narrow.
In the bag.
Thank you.
It's the segment.
I
If you
think-
didn't catch it up.
so-
Connor is the winner by 3 votes.
Thank you guys for
on
your
the Twitter
votes.
poll. 3.
I
It
think
was between
for
Connor
the,
and Trevor. So Connor is up 1.
So
right
I
now.
think we should do vote count for the total, like the count that we keep the whole.
I don't. Okay, so to get the vote count, I had to go percentage. I can do it. You want me to do it right now?
No.
You want me to do it right now?
No.
I don't care.
Okay, I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it later.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So this week's in the bag, the most common lost discs.
No, the most common disc that you find on a course.
Yes. Same thing.
Is that not the same thing?
It's kind of the same thing.
No, I don't know because I feel like there's a difference between discs that you lose and discs that you find. You know what I mean?
Most common found discs.
I get what you're saying, but it doesn't make any sense when you say it.
I know, but it makes
Most
sense.
common.
What I'm
found
picturing when
discs
I
on
came
course.
up with this, I was thinking like the disc that like you rustle through the leaves and it emerges and like there
I'm
it
just saying
is.
that was the question that we talked.
That's the essence.
I
is
think
that
we all
what-
were
is
going
what-
for the
we're
same
all waiting
one.
for the same thing.
Yeah, but that's the phrase that we said yesterday was most common
That you
discs
find on the
found
course.
on
Here's
a
the
course.
thing. I'm never naming this segment ever again because last week I got chewed out for calling it "What's in your bag." This week I'm getting chewed out for lost discs. Who did we decide that Connor goes first since he won?
Yeah, he decides the order.
Connor
He
decides the order.
So he
I
doesn't
would
have
like to go first.
And then who goes second? You get to choose.
Last week it was me, Trevor, Hunter, so I'll go me, Hunter, Trevor.
Okay.
Dang, I hate being in the middle.
I will. Okay, so can I go and start?
Yeah,
Go
go
for
for
it.
it.
All right, my number one
I'm gonna have
found
to cross
disc.
some of these off for sure.
I'm really
On a
nervous
course.
that I'm going to
Yeah.
lose mine.
I feel very confident.
Okay,
Is a DX Beast.
that was on my list.
That's a good one.
Should I go and give my reasoning?
You can.
Okay,
can.
so my reasoning for it is I have a
I
theme
had a
going
DX
on.
Beast.
I have a theme going on with my discs. I don't really want to say it because I don't want you guys.
You're going
to
end of a starter pack.
No.
What is your theme? Is it a color theme?
It's just beginner discs.
Yeah.
And so the DX Beast, every beginner buys a
Oh,
DX
yeah.
Beast
I think
you
we
can buy
all
them,
went
because you can
beginner
buy them
discs.
at Dick's.
Yeah.
And a beginner is more likely to lose a disc.
Do
and
we
a
need to be
beginner is
putting-
not good at finding discs yet.
Do we need to be putting the plastic?
I think it helps your case.
Okay.
You don't have to.
You don't have to,
have
but I think it does help your case.
Well, I mean, I know the plastic that I would put for each of these.
Yeah.
I just was going bold.
You
I
don't-
mean, I could.
It's up to you, but I do think it probably is going to help your case.
I can't even count how many DX Beasts I found on disc golf courses.
That's a good one. That is
Thank
a good
you.
one.
I appreciate
Okay.
I
it.
had a DX Beast.
My number
Same.
1 round draft pick, DX Leopard.
Dang it.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, the starter pack driver. Very good. I mean, I think that's all you need to be said.
I don't-
That's
I
all
mean,
really needs to be said for that.
I think that
It's
might be the
it's
most
probably
common found disc.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
probably the
I just said
That
Beast
was my
because I
round
always
one.
see it at Dick's. There is always DX Beasts at Dick's.
DX Beast was on my list of what I wanted to pick, but my Leopard was my number 1.
So I have 2 picks here.
I feel like
the
Trevor's
people
going
will
to take
decide.
my
The
1 and
people
my
will decide.
2 and 3.
I got 2 picks here. My number 1 pick is the Champion Groove.
Oh, that's a
good
great
one.
one.
That is such a good
That wasn't
one.
even on my list. Not even on my radar.
These are typically tie-dye. You find them because it's usually, I think this is usually the first disc that beginners pick when they learn that flight numbers exist. It's also very readily available at Dick's Sporting Goods. That is part of my reasoning.
And it's also people throw it, hate it, and just don't look for it.
Yeah, exactly. So you learn what flight numbers are. This is my experience too. You think, so speed is good. I want 13 speed. And then you see the -2.2 and you're like, oh, they cancel out. It goes straight. You get it. You throw it. You realize it's a meat hook because you're tiny and you don't know how to throw yet. And then you lose it. So the champion groove, I see them all the time.
I had a champion groove.
My next one, this one is going off of some recency bias, and it's the Hades. I have seen Hades get returned more than any other disc at the events that we've been running, and it's because it's like the groove of today.
Wow.
It's AMs. Now
Mind blown.
The PM stuff is super popular now with AMs because Paul Macbeth is influencing that. And they're all getting the Hades because it's meant to be the distance driver for the slower arms, the newer players. And they're all losing them because ESP Swirl can be in deceptive colors. So the Hades I've seen
That's a great one.
so much. Back to Hunter.
All right, I'm not doing recency bias. I'm pulling on the old players' heartstrings here.
Pull on them.
Pro Katana.
Wow. I didn't even think about going Katana. That's a great one.
I have found
Katana's
more
a good one.
katanas, I think, than any other disc. I didn't take it round one because I
Katana's
didn't
such a
think
good
anyone
one.
else would take it, but it's a similar reason.
Yeah.
Because it's the OG, like,
Very similar
flippy
to the
13
groove.
speed.
Very similar.
Everyone I knew had a Pro Katana,
That's
and
such a
everyone
good
I
one.
knew just lost them all the time. Specifically, purple Pro Katanas. But I'm not going to put purple in there. I'm just going to put Pro Katana.
That's a good
That's a good one. I one time on a course found a Merry Christmas stamped star katana.
There
That
you
was
go.
very
There
cool.
you go.
Yeah, I feel like in our generation of starting to play, everyone threw a katana for some reason.
I did have a katana.
At least once. You've at least thrown a katana once.
All right,
Nowadays,
so-
you never see katanas anymore.
So now I choose two, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. My second choice is going to be a Mamba.
Dang it.
And I have found so many Mambas on
took this
courses.
one from me.
And the reason why people lose Mambas and people find Mambas is usually they're not in very hard places to find. Because again, new player that maybe is getting their arm speed up there a little bit, wants to start crushing a little bit more, picks up a Mamba because it's easy to throw, is loving it. But then it starts to get too flippy. So it flips over, it gets right off the fairway, but they don't feel like looking at it because they're a beginner player, so they already threw 10 discs, so they're not going to spend time looking for it. And they're like, well, it's time for me to try Destroyer anyway. So, Mamba.
Great one.
Oh, my second one is a Surge SS.
Oh,
okay.
interesting.
A little niche pick there.
If you go into specifically any Play It Again in North Carolina, I've been in multiple different Play It Agains in North Carolina, and every one of them, if you go in the used section, 40% of all the discs in the used section are Surge SS.
Interesting.
Literally, whenever I would go in there, like
I've lost a Surge SS. So
I don't think I've ever found a Surge
that does
SS.
like hit to me in some extent.
I found a Surge SS like a few months ago. Remember
That's-
when we
I
were
found
filming
some
that one
did
video?
find a Surge
He did.
SS.
That is true.
It was found.
And it's just because it says SS
He's
on it.
playing
So
the North
beginners-
Carolina crowd. That's smart. That's smart.
I like
the North
it.
Carolina crowd is a strong crowd.
That is a strong
That is
crowd.
a strong
But
crowd.
That's smart. It's good
I think
campaigning.
people buy it and they think it's going to be super straight, and they throw it. It's not. It's like
It's still got some stability
yeah, it's
to
got
it.
some
All
stability.
right.
I like that.
My pick is going purely on the amount of this disc that's out there.
Okay, that's
smart.
good reasoning.
It's good reasoning.
The DX T-Bird.
DXT Bird.
I have some friends that
Okay.
are new into disc golf and are obsessed with the DX.
I'm telling you, I have found that is probably the disc that I have found maybe second to the Katana out there the most. I don't think it's for any specific reason, like they're trying to throw a fast disc or whatever. I think it doesn't have any recency bias. I feel like you're not going to find them anymore. But back in the day, every pro was throwing a T-Bird, and everyone wanted a straight T-Bird, and everyone would get a DX T-Bird to be that straight T-Bird. And like I close my eyes at night, and I can see the DX T-Bird stamp still because of how much I've seen it buried under leaves.
It's a good choice.
that.
I like
Okay.
it.
DX T-Bird.
Okay.
If you thought
Boom.
that one was obscure, wait till my fourth pick.
I got
I'm gonna
my,
lose.
I got my last two picks here. No, this is definitely going to be like
Yeah.
a personal experience type.
These
one.
are all
This
good.
last one
There's
is
not been a bad choice.
My
yet.
last pick, unless you take it, is
I might be
purely
taking
sentimental for me because I've lost more this than
Oh,
anything
probably
else.
not.
Okay.
Okay, I've got two picks here. My first pick I'm going to take. This is kind of a tough one. I think I'm going to go ahead and take the Nuke.
That's a good one.
I found
That is a
quite a bit
very
of
good
nukes
one.
out there. It's just one of those. This is another case. I think this is kind of a common theme here. It's another one of those discs that is just bait. It's such a trap. Like, because you see the name Nuke and you're like, that's awesome. This thing has to go far. And then guess what? It's going to be really overstable for you if you can't throw far enough yet. It's a very common disc. I find a lot of nukes You can find a lot of the Nuke SSs and Nuke OSs, but typically Nukes. And I think it's just because it's an AM trap. I think there's some,
that makes sense.
That may honestly maybe that's another list, just AM traps of
That's a
discs.
great. That's a great
That
list.
might be next week's list. And my final
I
one.
feel like we're basically just saying that right now.
Yeah, that's what a lot of these are because you lose AM trap discs.
I don't know. Only one of mine has been.
My last disc is going to be a Whammo starter driver.
Never found one of those in my life. I don't even know what that looks like.
I do not even know what that is.
I think you just lost.
What do you mean?
Keep going.
You get one of the most common generic starter packs of disc golf. You get at like just like a random store is the Whammo starter pack, right?
You think that sells more in the end of a starter pack?
Because I'm talking about stores that you can't even buy in of a like normal disc golf disc set. Like if you go to a Walmart, if you find disc golf discs, it's Whammo because they have licensing deals with Whammo. Same with Target.
Walmart sells Innova.
I have seen a lot of not my Walmarts at least, not the Walmarts around here either.
They have Innova starter packs.
The Walmart in one of the Walmarts in Charlotte
In
has
case,
like a full
my
Innova
reasoning
section.
for this pick, and just listen, you guys might disagree with this. My reasoning for this pick is I personally have found a lot of generic non-brand disc golf discs on the course.
I agree, but I'm
So-
thinking more Lightning.
I wouldn't say that's super generic. I'm saying I find a lot of
Or
like
the Pegasus.
Franklin or Whammo, like just like they just found a starter pack disc. So I just went ahead and picked one of the most common ones of that bunch, which would be like the Whammo driver.
I don't know. We should do a Whammo starter pack challenge. I've never seen a Whammo starter pack.
I don't disagree with you. I've just never seen one.
I've never seen one either.
I'm surprised. They're pretty. I feel like
I've
they're-
seen Franklin ones,
used to
but I think
own
that's
one.
because we threw it, and that's why I remember it.
The Whammo ones are the ones I see the most. Whenever I see a starter pack of disc in the store that's like just generic, it's always Whammo. The ones I see.
I don't even know if I've seen it.
That was the reason behind my pick though, is like I see a lot of the off-brand discs get lost, and like because there's been so many times where I see a disc and I'm like, ooh, I found a disc, and then I find out that it's like a starter pack, like off-brand thing that I'm never going to use anyways. And I get sad.
Interesting.
That was
I like
my-
the choice.
That
I
was
like the choice.
I decided to get a little creative.
I'm
I like
changing
the
everything.
creativity.
I'm
I
changing
could have
everything.
just gone.
I'm going for
generic.
the win. I'm going for the win here.
Okay,
I was going to go DX Archangel. That was my personal pick
that's a good one.
I thought about adding
because
that
I've
one.
lost a lot of him, but I'm not. I'm going for the win. This is the jugular, Blizzard Boss.
That is
Ooh,
very good.
Because
Okay.
you
That is
walk
a
in to
very
play it
good one.
again.
That is such a
it
good
says
one.
David Wiggins,
That's a good one.
1108 feet,
Yeah.
and you're like,
That is
I
a
can
good
throw
one.
that
It's
300
always
feet.
been the world.
It's
the
always
distance
always
record
been
disc.
Yeah.
the disc that has the distance record. Same reason as the Katana, the Nuke, everything.
That is good.
Everyone's thrown a Blizzard Boss at least once, and I would guess most people have lost that disc.
That is a good one.
Blizzard
That is a
Boss.
very good choice. I'm jealous of that pick because I definitely would have chosen it. I've never bought a boss before, but
But have you thrown one?
no,
I haven't.
I've never
Really?
thrown, I've never
Either.
thrown a boss.
You've
But
thrown
I-
a boss?
Not a Blizzard boss. No.
No, but you've thrown a boss.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
okay.
star boss.
It's gonna look bad for me if no one had thrown a boss.
No,
here
that's
except
a
for
good
me.
one. That's a
Here's
good
an
one.
interesting thing about this
Very-
segment. Notice that we have only said drivers.
Yeah,
That is true.
that is true.
I did have a
Because
DX.
Those are the discs that you lose.
I did have a DX Shark on my list.
I thought about it.
I
yeah.
thought about the
But it
DX
wasn't-
Rock, the DX Shark. I had a
it
couple
wasn't
of those.
enough that I.
The Z Buzz was on my list.
The
just
Z
'cause
Buzz
it's
was also
common.
on my
Yep.
list in case y'all took all my other
It
ones.
was tough not to throw some. I threw in the Hades, but it's tough not to throw in some more disc craft because.
Well,
of how
see, that's the
nowadays-
tough part. Is like I feel like 4 years from now, it's gonna be like very
Thing
common
is,
that you're losing.
We're
Hades and stuff
talking
like
to
that.
a crowd that's probably mostly.
They're probably like, "What the
newer
frick's a
players."
Katana?
Yeah, I know. Like we're talking like nostalgia right now.
But I just feel like if I go on the course, I'm still not finding like PM line and Discraft discs in bulk yet.
the
I think
Hades,
new
the Hades
players-
is popping up a lot.
But I'm saying right now, new players are still walking in to play it again, or Discraft or Dix or whatever, and they don't have any bias of like they're
Yeah.
following
Yeah.
disc golf and they want Discraft.
Right.
And if you walk in, Innova is still the most readily available
true.
everywhere.
It's true.
And
Have
they're
I-
still
do I
going
have
to
one more
13
choice?
You have
Yes.
one more choice.
Okay. Well, first of all, I wanted to say, but it would be so dumb to say now. But I used to find Vibram discs all the time.
Yeah.
and
Oh,
then
yeah.
I would
They're
just
coming
pretty
back.
much take them and
Yeah, I
just
did hear that.
They're
I don't
coming
know
back.
if that's
you pretty much
Allegedly.
just take those and throw them back in the woods. And then and
what was the name of that
the
putter?
lace. Oh,
There's a putter that was like really
yeah,
popular.
that was I
Was
think
it
that
the
was
s-
one of the ones that I
Didn't they
found.
have a disc called the Soul? I think they did.
I don't know.
maybe.
Let's talk about like
I
the
don't
soles
know.
of shoes. Okay.
I'm gonna go with a Sidewinder.
Oh,
okay.
well done. What plastic?
I don't really want to choose.
You don't have to. You don't have to.
Champion Sidewinder.
I like that.
Star Side.
I found more star, but I won't put a plastic for you.
Don't put a plastic.
I'll just go
I don't want
Sidewinder.
to put a plastic.
He's
but,
just claiming the Sidewinder.
Just a Sidewinder. That's a great pick.
I found like 5 Sidewinders in
That's
my
a great
time of
pick.
playing disc golf.
Honestly, honorable mentions. Can we do those?
Yeah.
Valkyrie.
Yeah, I thought about
I definitely would have said Valkyrie.
Valkyrie's a great honorable mention. DX Shark has been mentioned. Buzz, Rock. Those are great honorable mentions.
Yeah.
Lightning discs, I feel like.
Lightning discs in general. I found
like
a lot of like
of
number
the,
4 drivers or whatever the frick it is.
Yeah. A lot of
I found a lot of MVP too.
really.
I almost said it, but I couldn't put it on a specific mold.
It's because
Yeah.
that gyro always goes farther than you expect.
Yeah. You just never know where to look
You're
for
always
it.
looking 100 feet shorter than you should.
That's fine. Yeah.
No, I really have found a lot
That's
of
it.
MVP.
That'll be. We'll see what the voting is going to be on the Grip Locked Twitter account.
Yeah, at Grip Locked.
I think
Make sure-
anybody's got this one.
Yeah, this is kind of just going to come down to who basically resonates with the list the most. Like if I was looking at these lists, I would be thinking about what have I found. So we're going to find out like what the people are finding these days, I guess.
Yeah.
Because like aside from our experience, and then
I do feel like Innova's got to still be the most common thing.
Probably.
out of
That's
the
still
course.
what I feel like I find the most. Yeah.
I think so too. But it's
You're
going to
also,
shift.
You're also finding discs that it might have been lost 2 years ago.
It's definitely going to shift
Sometimes.
though. It's shifting quickly.
It is shifting. It's a shifty sport.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into some college disc golf results and tournaments coming up. And then we're going to have some foundation news to go over super quick before we go into the rest of this week. So college disc golf. Cincinnati Collegiate Qualifier happened last weekend.
Ben Clark still on that
change
team?
it. No, he's not. But the
Scariest
University
forehand I've ever seen.
of Cincinnati did take it down by 10 strokes
Who were they playing?
over Purdue and the University of Illinois. They both tied for second.
The Boilermakers.
This upcoming weekend, I couldn't find a ton of information on these events, but we have the Mid-South Collegiate Open going down,
Mid-South.
the Flamethrower Classic, and the Northeast/Mid-Atlantic Qualifier, all going down this upcoming weekend. One note to make for the Flamethrower Classic is the 2 best players from Liberty, Justin Rozak and Steph Curry, have both notified me that they are playing in the Pro Tour, or in the not Pro Tour, the Blue Ridge Tour finale, which is happening Saturday, the same day as the Flamethrower.
Dirty play from
means
Foundation Disc Golf.
It's going to be interesting because Liberty would have been the head and shoulder favorite going into that tournament.
Oh, yeah.
Now it's going to be an interesting fight to see because I know Virginia Tech and a few other teams are showing up there. It'll be interesting to see if Liberty
I would also
can still
like
hold
to
on.
release a quote from a certain Liberty player who will go unnamed but may be related to me.
Small
that
stop.
These are real quotes from last night, 9:39 p.m. I have figured out my putting. I'm stone cold. Serious, dude. This weekend about to be cake. So don't. You can hold him to that or not, but like you can if you want to check out the.
After hearing that, I take
you heard
everything
it.
back.
Cake.
Liberty is winning by
Cake.
50. Liberty. What team is he on?
I don't know.
Liberty.
Liberty's-
He's on Liberty.
Oh
B?
yeah.
B?
I don't know.
C?
I don't know what like squad. He's
Liberty
gonna be
B
on, though.
team taking it down by 15 strokes.
Might be on the. I don't know who's on.
He might
the-
have to slide on the 8 team
I don't
because
know,
Rozak
yeah.
and Curry are
I don't know
gone.
who their reserves are.
Yeah, we set the date for the Blue Ridge Tour finale in February. February 3rd is when it was officially posted to the public. So the Liberty coach texted me and was like, hey, this Blue Ridge Tour finale has really caused me some struggle. This is like 2 days ago. I'm like, well, I'm sorry. But like for Rozak, it makes sense because he has a shot at winning like $2
For
grand.
both of them, they can both win like
Curry
hundreds
could
of
win a
dollars.
few $100, but if you don't show up, he's still getting probably like $170
Yeah.
if he didn't show up.
Yeah.
If he does show up, he might win $200 or $300. So I mean, it is what it is. The Flamethrower
Sounds
Classic,
good to
though,
me.
it's going to be interesting to see if Liberty can still hold on and win. They might already be qualified for nationals, not 100% positive on that. But then the Mid-South Collegiate Open, not sure which teams are showing up there. And the Northeast Mid-Atlantic Qualifier will be sure to keep you up to date on that next week as we wrap up college disc golf. Another thing to note, this week, it's actually probably already live. We're bringing a new podcast to you. It was our Patreon-only podcast, the Bogey Bros Banter. I added an S because it makes more sense.
Okay.
Bogey Bro Banter is what it used to be called. Now it's Bogey Bros Banter because we're sophisticated like that, but I didn't put an apostrophe because I'm not that sophisticated. Bogey Bros Banter, none of that matters. It is now going live to the public, and we have
Very fun podcast.
It's a very fun podcast. So that's why we took it there. And we have a podcast for Patreon only still that I think the Patreons are actually going to enjoy more, which is a live stream. It's going to be called Lunch Break. It's going to have more employees on, more people kind of cycling through. And we're going to go in live every Friday, I believe starting this Friday. So starting tomorrow, around 12 p.m. Eastern time. And it's going to be a more laid back format. We'll engage with the chat some. So that way I think that is more of a format that'll work better for our Patreons. I think you guys will really enjoy that. If you're not a Patreon, $5 a month gets you access to all the previous Bogey Bro banters and then the future lunch breaks, as well as one exclusive video per month. And you can kind of get in the chat and engage. And if you're just listening now, Bogey Bros banter, check it out. I believe it's dropping on Thursday this week and all future weeks. Grip Locked starting next week. Big news. Wednesday drops.
Boom. Wednesday show now.
That way we shoot in the morning on Wednesday, we release in the afternoon. And we're really narrowing that time gap that people can announce stuff and us not know about it before we release.
Yeah, because it happens every time.
Yeah, so we're really narrowing it down. So Grip Locked is going to be coming out on Wednesday. We are now a Wednesday podcast starting next week.
It's a day early. We're going to get you through the middle of the week.
Yeah, we get you through the middle of the week. We can also...
Hump day.
Also makes sure that we never are going to be talking about a tournament that's already going on. There's a lot of benefits to it. We're going to be as close to a live show as we can be without being a live show. So, I mean, take that for what it's worth. But, I mean, check out the first episode of Bogey Bro Banter. We're about to film it right now. Brody's about to walk in any second. He's actually running late. And as soon as he pops in, Bogey Bros Banter, live, same time, same place, next week. Don't know why I said that. That's not the sign-off. That's for debate night. We'll see you in the next one.